Call upon a stage Mr. Ketan Brahmbhatt, Associate Director of 𝐿𝐻𝐻 Transforming Cities, Shaping the Future, with 30 years of experience in technical inspection, audit, and PMC across infrastructure, power, industrial, and renewable sectors. He has completed over 100 energy audits, and currently he serves a Singapore-based EPCM service company, 𝐿𝐻𝐻. जोरदार तालियां उनके लिए भी हो जाए. Next, Mr. Sheetal V. Shah, Managing Partner of Engineering Perfection, SVSA Projects and Consultant LLP. He has over 25 years of experience in managing high-quality residential, commercial, and infrastructure projects. A civil engineer with an MBA in finance, and he's known for his hands-on leadership, commitment to sustainability, and excellence in project delivery. Thank you. Welcome, sir. और जोरदार तालियां हो जाए उनके लिए. Next, I would like to call upon a stage Mr. Jeet Chavda, Director of Chavda Infra since 1990. Jeet Chavda, a promoter of Chavda Infra and leading Ahmedabad-based construction firm with 30+ years of experience in residential, commercial, and institutional projects. Also known for safety and innovation. So let's moving ahead. Our next guest, Mr. Narendra Modi, the Authority of ODA and General Manager of Planning and Coordination at Gujarat Planning and Infrastructure Corporation Limited, offers a rare insider's perspective on the vision, strategies, and structural roadmap driving India's Olympic bid. Welcome, sir. Zordar talia ho jaye unke liye. And now, I would like to call upon a stage Mr. Abhishek Singh, Regional Head, General Manager of Nippon Coal India Private Limited, Consulting Engineers. With 25+ years experience, leads Nippon Coal India's Western Region and Railway Department, managing major rail infrastructure projects. He specializes in business development, project operations, and contract management. Welcome, sir. So, जोरदार तालियों के साथ हम अपने सभी पैनलिस्ट का स्वागत और अभिवादन करते हैं. Welcome, sir. So let's start with our first panel discussion.
Hello. PMC, એટલો બધો wide subject છે. It's a very wide subject. To start with, we can say that from pre-construction, short-માં કહું તો pre-construction is the one of the biggest criteria for the project management consultant. Because in pre-construction, he has to coordinate with all architects, structural, MEP consultant, facade consultant, because nowadays we are entering into the tall building, lighting consultant, facility planners. So that is the one thing. Then one other thing is thrown vertical. There are 3 verticals is there: civil, interior, and MEP. These 3 together is the complete project, we can say. So PMC is purely very much, I would say, it's an experience counts, and the quality of engineers, quality of the people, those who are working on the project. So pre-construction also has a many aspects to cover before we start the project. So many things to be is involved into that. There are a lot of back-to-back coordinations with all these. I name the consultants for everything. Then similarly, then one of the important aspect for the project management is the contract management. Contract management for the each and every, let's say start with the, we can say from the diaphragm wall to construction team to MEPF contractor to the finishing peoples. Finishing is cover lot many things in interiors. Then all contract management is the key part of the project management consultants. So coordinations, contract management, supervision. Again, the supervision is the one of the biggest challenges. Okay, you have to, all PMC team has to work with the unskilled people, and you have to answer to the management, those who are the sitting in the top level for any projects. And currently in nowadays in India, everywhere, the labor crisis is increasing year by year. I mean, couple of months are wasted. Everyone is facing that because of the festival season, because of the wedding seasons of the laborers. So that is also a big challenge. Then the another thing is project management cover shortly is time management and budget management is one of the important aspects for any projects, because now projects are multi-crores. So stipulated timeline, in some fixed budget to be monitored, to be checked, to be organized. This is also the part of the project management consultant, in my opinion. Similarly, on the site level, the proper sequencing is the key point so that everyone gets a proper line and maximum manpower can be utilized. So setting up the sequencing is, in my opinion, is the key point on the site. So once your sequencing is right, so each and every agency, because in any project there could be around 30, 40 subcontractors or contractors, we can say. So all are really wanted to work. But sometimes the question arises, okay, we don't have enough line, we don't have enough front, we don't have enough work. So where there, at that point, the PMC's role is very, very key point in my opinion. So a PMC has a, I mean, multitasking role. I mean, from pre-construction, even though next is handover. Handover stage is also a tough challenge, tough task to hand over the project to customers, to the brand or to the owner or to the whatever institute is a big challenge, because that snagging, de-snagging, testing, everything is that's again a execution side role. So my opinion is that PMC consultant, PMC engineers will have a multitasking role is there. So eventually, I mean, I keep telling my team also always, okay, you have to start your career with the engineer, then you start with the as an engineer or senior engineer. But once you are the project engineer can look after for every scope of the work. Then project engineer has a sky is limit for the progress. That is, I believe into that. Because project engineers to look after for civil work, MEPF work, interior finishing work, facility planner, facade, so many, I mean. So that is the role of the project engineer. So in that aspect, PMC, when I started my journey in 1997, it was a very, very tough time. Even I still remember I met one client for more than 2 or 3 times just to explain him why you required PMC in between. Because he keeps telling me I have one architect, I have one contractor, I have one structural engineers, and contractor will give me handover. So where is your role is? To explain that, it took 2 or 3 meetings in 2000 something 99 or 98 something. And then from that day to till date, that client is keep awarding the work to us for any small to big to any projects. So nowadays the awareness is too much in the market about the PMC, because the PMC role is very, very critical, and he has to balance all consultant, he has to look into the design aspects, he has to coordinate with everybody. So in my opinion, PMC company, PMC engineers, all needs to be upgrade themselves every year by year also, because there are lot many things. Let's say, I would say that the recently in Ahmedabad the tall building trend starts from 2019 onward. So tall building, and it was earlier was 70 meters, the height was limit. Now it is more than 70 meters is allowed. So in 70 or 70 above meters, you need to adopt the different technology, the construction methodology need to change, because certain buildings have a 43 slabs. So if we go with the regular cycles of 20 days of one slab cycles, that won't be, I mean, the project won't be viable for anybody, for a developer or a contractor or for anybody. So, I mean, for that you have to keep upgrade the shuttering methodology, the speed is the essential criteria. So many things, I mean, you need to upgrade every day, every point. Similarly, in the MEP, there are lot many new things are come up. In the interior finishes, so many new things are every day coming into the market. Facade, then, so my opinion is that everyone has to be, it's a like a never-ending journey kind of a thing. You have to keep learning, you have to keep your mind open. Even today, we learn something from the sometimes agency, sometimes from the contractors, sometimes from the vendors, the new things, how they are working, what is the key challenges. So PMC has to, I mean, always overcome all the challenges of the sites. That's a key role in general. So I think this is good enough to understand everyone about the PMC. Like અત્યારે the fastest આપણે ચાવડા construction માટે, because they are the one who is doing some fantastic projects in the city and very iconic buildings they are doing. So my question is for them also, how they are managing the show on the site, like project, execution team, the manpower management, material management, that is for him.
Thank you. First of all, good morning, everyone. We have Ahmedabad, and as for the role that we are in for the high-rise building, the tall iconic buildings, a lot of thing comes into management. First of all, from conception, that is the beginning, to the end, there are several factors that, which are very essential. So me being a contractor, I'm just a big part of a piece, but to assemble the entire piece, I really feel that the PMC comes in, and that is the most important, the crucial role that they have played. So basically, in site management, as you asked me, for the tall building, iconic building, first of all, for me as a contractor, first thing that we go and devise is the design, how the design is and how we are going to execute it. So most of the time, we have our own designing team, formwork designing team. The formwork designing team ensures the appropriate and the most apt formwork that goes inside the building construction, because that is the most important part in any building, high-rise building, which saves the time, which saves the manpower, and which is the safest. Second, I asked my safety team to design the entire safety, how the safety is going to work in the tall buildings, because safety is the most the most important thing in the tallest building. So we have came up with many solutions, like we have introduced the safety screens, we have introduced the platforms that are there inside the lift. So, so many other things as well. We have a first aid room. So each and every, we come with a safety plan, we come with a form work plan, then comes the labor resource management. In current time, I think labor resource management has been the most tricky thing, because, you know, as India has developed, which is a good thing, I believe, as India has developed, not many people are, you know, coming as an unskilled workers. More and more skilled manpowers are available, but unskilled laborers are very hard to hire. So those are one of the top challenges that we have. Then we go into labor resource planning, then we set up a project management team, and after that we set up the entire plan to execute the building and hand it over.
Okay, thank you. The next question is my question. Challenging, in my opinion, because to get the work done, the process to be follow certain, comparatively, compared to the private players, it is more easy, because in private there is no criteria of the L1 category, okay, but you have to give the L1. So in my opinion, how the sir is handling the projects, which I would like to know in the, field.
Thank you, Deepak ji. As everybody, both of them, Deepak ji and Chawda ji, has told the necessity of PMC, I will highlight some issues that we encountered at the government projects. Definitely, as per the CVC guideline, at least Central Vigilance Commission guideline, we have to award the work to the L1. But there are so many things. You can work smartly, and the PQ pre-qualification criteria should be like that way, that you should have a good contractor, not 30% below or not 30% above. So you have to be well within the system. In my case, normally I used to have QCBS system. So Abhishek is just sitting nearby from 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 is there, and that was the thing that you are highlighting, that need of PMC. But everybody thinks that they can do and handle the work. Not like that way. Because PMC, they will have one banner, they will hire 2 or 3 people, and they started that we are doing the consultancy and project monitoring, and things are there. We have encountered at my prior assignment as a Chief Engineer, Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation, as a Deputy Director also, I have number of challenges facing with the quality concern, and you can see that page number 2 of every Gujarati or English newspaper pertains to Ahmedabad city quality and BUA, that is workmanship, and many more things are coming up. So it is equally responsibility of our PMC people. They should be educated well. They should have some nation pride level, that I should maintain the quality, because they are main for the quality. And in government, as in my early speech, I showed that we are jack of all, master of none. So we can handle you can say that I am handling water supply, building, you can say auditorium, lakes, drainage, water supply, stormwater, and many more things, housing, heritage, that we are handling. But there needs some expertise from each of one faculty particularly. And you should have a right person on your board to execute your contract. You definitely said that in PMC also, we are having a challenge of number of PMC that are not working up to the mark. Although, because sometimes, please don't quote me at anywhere, but they are also meant for the earning. So this is not the case should be. In public and government and in the private sector, what happened that everything is governed by a single-handed entity person. So Mr. Chawda is there, he is the sole responsible for taking any decision and then. In government there is a hierarchy and there may be something problem. So you have to execute the project very smartly. I can proudly say that number of projects that has been 2 years, 3 years lagging behind were handled and came out by taking decision, by taking stand on, and firm stand should be required. So now we are improving. So I think government also looking for the things. Nowadays you also know the bridges episode is going on. It is not the PMC, it is not the quality, it is not the contractor. It is that we at government or any other place, suppose Mr. Chawda is creating one building and then society is not maintaining that, what will happen to it? We create an white elephant, that is myself, if I am creating a stadium and don't think about the legacy, what will be the legacy, what will be the break-even, how they will sustainable, how they will run after their particular 3 or 4 years, that is a contractor liability period, how they will be maintained. No fund, nothing is think over. So I think this is the things, and we are the new generation. I think Mr. Chawda and many more, Nikunj and Abhishek ji and the many more stalwart of this field are coming up with a good motto and good enthusiasm that we should deliver quality work. I think we hope for the best.
Thank you so much. I agree and endorse that. What he says is PMC role. The report for the client, what is the plus and minus point to if we hire this XYZ agency. So I agree. Second point, what he mentioned is correct. The PMC is a pure experience business. So your team has to be very competent for the work awarded to you. Whatever it may be, I mean, the scope could be different for different project. So it may be end-to-end project. It may be some partial allotment to the PMC, but the experience of the PMC team and experience of the engineers is matter and count for the smoothness of the project. Otherwise, you will be kick off from the project. Thank you so much, sir. Similarly, my question is for Sheetal bhai. What are the challenges you are facing in the currently in your projects, like finishing level or other things in your project?
First of all, thank you, Kevin Publication, for having such a good platform over here. For PMC, I must say that it is a wide role to play in a part of PMC, from concept to delivery. So there are lots of challenges for the PMC, because everybody is thinking like a project management consultant is not a management word, it's a project magic consultant. So once there is a PMC, it is like a ho jayega feeling. But for that ho jayega feeling, we need to work very hard. So every job needs an expertise. And nowadays, the scale of project is very big. Lots of consultants, lots of contractors are involved in that. So being a PMC, we have to play an expert role to coordinate within these all experts with the right time, with the right attitude, and to make the project as a what somebody has conceptually, or it's a sapna for somebody, and we make to that sapna true. So being a PMC, we need to manage the time, we need to manage the cost, we need to manage the risk factor with the adequate resources. So major challenges what we are facing, like from detailing, from decision point of view, from material delivery point of view, and of course the labor. So this, the Gen Z era, we also need to work smart also. So along with labor, we need to explore the machinery which can help we out to explore the work fast also. Because nowadays the projects are coming with the huge size and everybody needs to complete their projects by tomorrow. May not be tomorrow, but yesterday. So in that kind of situation, we need to be on a toe. Then the another part which Narendra ji and Dipal bhai and everybody talked about, that is about the quality of the project. So that is true. Nowadays, the quality, we need to make our engineers, we need to teach our all people, right from the beginning, from the laborers to every superiors, like the how to work, which criteria to be taken care of during the work. New materials are invented, new materials are used every day. So there should be rigorous training about the use of the material, like and how to work for this particular work. So training, we should more concentrate on the training for the laborers, which may take a thing to the quality at the end of the day. So, and another one more thing which I would like to say, like when we are thinking about the taking the targets, every day they are the targets, but as a PMC, our role is to not being only the yes boss. We need to say, show the red flags to our clients also. Because clients imagine that ये तो हो जाएगा, इसमें क्या बड़ी बात है. So we need to explain them the sequences. The time required for the particular sequences to technically it has to be ensured. So that is the more crucial role of the each and every PMC, to not to be the yes boss, but we need to, when somebody is taking us on the board as a consultant, so we need to show them the red flags also along with the green flags. So that's what I am seeing major challenges nowadays in the PMC for the coming up. But I must say there is a huge opportunity for the PMC, because in earlier days nobody was knowing that PMC. When I have started my career in 1996, as Dipen bhai told in earlier session, it was just like a supervision of the work. But nowadays it is not just a supervision. It has to be show like you are the boss of the company and you have to take the ownership of the project and you have to work in the every aspect of the project from scratch to delivery, and after delivery also your your client has to be satisfied with your services and with the low maintenance. That is the role of the PMC, I must say. Thank you.
Thank you. He said correctly. That's not the case. If the PMC, if you hire proper PMC, then the proper sequencing and good workmanship and technically good things you will achieve, but not the timeline will remain the same, but not as a magician. And correctly what he said is education and training to the people, from our engineers to the workers to the agency, is a key point, and that's very much need of the time. If India really needs to progress in next 20-25 years, so training is a very, very essential thing. To transfer the knowledge is a very, very key essential point. My question is for the Ketan Bhai Brahmbhatt. what are the really you are looking as a PMC scope being a MNC company?
Just before that, I want to add something. That you rightly said, Deepak ji, it is not a magician or thing, but I will assure you that the things can be more done by efficient manner with a time management, and you can execute the brother-sister activity with the help of PMC. That time can be reduced 10 to 30%, depend on the integration and many more things. Sir, sorry, I have to leave because time exits and it is 12:30. I have a meeting at Gandhinagar.
Okay.
So
Okay.
excuse me and very sorry
Fine.
that I have to leave at this stage, but I will be definitely joined and will be available. Kevin and Sumpe has my number, so you can feel free anytime. You can WhatsApp me because number of meetings are going on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, audience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, just I am handing over mic to the Ketan Bhai. As I ask, what is the general role you are looking as a PMC in your projects and other things? Please explain.
Hello. Thank you, Deepal Bhai. Giving me the point of the main topic of this panel, that is PMC role. So, PMC itself a project management, okay, itself is project management consultant. So, the body or the team, they have to manage the project from the starting to the closeout of the project. Mainly for each and every project, there are the three major stages are there. That is pre-construction stage, construction stage, and post-construction stage. And there are further breakdown in each stages. So PMC role is meant that who is appointing the PMC. So whoever your client is appointing the PMC, and there is clear objective for appointing the PMC is there. Okay, so first objective there, that is their project can be completed in time. This is the main important, because for any government project or any private projects is there. So timeline is very, very important, playing the role, because if your project is getting delayed, so there will be huge loss to the your client. So timeline. Then another is the quality of the project. So most of the PMC now they are appointing that only the PMC work. So design consultancy is different. So PMC has to take care of the execution as per the drawing, ensuring the quality of the work. So this is the another objective of the client. Another thing, that is the cost management. That client has fixed some capex for this particular project. So PMC has to also involve and giving the input to their client if their project is getting the delay. So this will be the cost will be increased, or there will be the COS will be there. So PMC role is the mainly, I would say, PMC will be the bridge between the client, the contractor and other stakeholders, and to ensure that their project will get completed in time with the quality, with all the documentation as well. And another PMC role where the deployment is required, so he has to manage internally whoever is the expertise for this project. So PMCC, first of all, I would say that PMC not just body sharing. That, okay, we need 5 people for this project, so just deploy the 5 people and just invoice the bill for 5 people. So it should not be a motto for the PMC. The PMC company motto shall be to satisfy all the client requirement as per the specification to be executed, so it's not body sharing. These are the main role of the PMC should be there. And the documentation part. So he has to maintain all the document because each and every project, maybe government or private, that is the auditable projects. So documentation, maintaining of the quality checks, documentation of the inventory of the project. If it is material inventory is there, so they have to maintain various registers over there, various incoming, outgoing material is there, whether it is required, it is come from the vendor, as per the tender specification is there, that all they have to check over there. It should not be like that some of the steel is asked for some approved make and another steel is come over there and they are continuing the construction over there. So these are all the quality checks parts to be ensured. And lastly, the safety. Okay, it's because the safety is first for all the projects. So they have to run the project with the progress, because progress is also important. So progress with the safety over there. So they have to ensure all these parameter in all the stages, that is pre-construction, construction, and the post-construction. And to be a bridge between the designer, contractor, even for supply chain management also they have to involve themselves if any project is there. So mainly the project is getting delayed due to the non-availability of the material and non-availability of the equipment as well. So they have to expedite the things with the supplier. They have to track what are the planning is there and what is the achievement is there every week or periodically. Wherever any gap is there, they have to track on the things and they have to mitigate and suggest the remedy that how, if it is we are delayed for 1 month, how we'll fill this gap and we'll be there on the track. So these all are the generalized, mainly the role of the PMC company. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you so much, Ketan bhai. The last question is for Abhishek ji. What are the
Sure, thank you. I will put it like this, that whatever I will tell you with some example, the real life example. So as 𝐁 𝐂𝐻, we are not only dealing in infrastructure, we are also dealing in very soft component of society, which is basically livelihood promotion projects. We are doing the forest management, we are doing the dairy development. We are doing certain projects in Jharkhand tribal area where we are promoting drip irrigation and hence complete supply chain development for farmers, like that. On another spectrum of it, we are dealing with very advanced projects like high-speed train, bullet train. I myself was part of that team. I'm basically a engineer, railway engineer with certain experience in that. So this is the spectrum we are dealing with. Now, when we talk about PMC, whatever problem we discuss, what I understand that we can put it in 3 baskets: people, process, and technology. Now, obviously, we talked about planning, sequencing, safety. These are all dealt by a particular expert. So these are the domain experts. Now, we need to first have a very good domain experts, and they need to have a freedom to give their thought and idea, and that should be well respected and accepted. First of all, the problem comes within the PMC itself, right? Now, second part is the process. Now, process is also related to communication, documentation, approvals. So within the organization, most of the time find when you become a very big group, then various divisions have interface issues. And also on the client side, sometimes you have interface issues within the department. They have their own setup, their own process, which may not match with you. So that is the second thing. Third thing is the technology part of it. In the technology part of it, in present scenario, technology is changing everything. We were earlier using 2D, now we are having BIM, right? We are now using AR, VR. And if you do not match up to it, then you are always left behind. But the final acceptor of everything is always the employer, the institution. So that becomes sometimes the limiting factor. So these are the basic issues. And I will tell you now the example of it. So for example, when I talk about the people, everything in this is dynamic, in all three boxes is dynamic. It will change, it needs to change every year, maybe every month. Technology changes, manpower comes and goes, right? Processes changes. So you have to have dynamism within your organization to adapt to it. That is one. Second thing, all these things comes at a cost, right? And most of the time, I tell you a real hard example. Very long back, I'm talking about 15 years back when we started our dedicated freight corridor project. After many years, client awarded zone. After 15 years, the billing rates were almost 20 times lower than that project. Now, you consider on the price side of it, and in a sense, you are on the sales side of it, your amount is decreasing, but on the cost side of it, actually you see how many number of projects are going in different part of the country, and you are getting into the same resource pool of engineers. So the cost side pressure is high. And you need to understand that both sides, primarily the client side, need to understand that the PMC or this domain expertise input is hard. But he cannot be present everywhere at a time. Then I need to link him with the technology. Like I can put a camera with an AR, VR system which can automatically recognize a safety issue and give alert, right? So that we are adopting in ORDA in some cases as a trial basis. Second thing on the documentation and communication part, suppose a contractor is doing a work at site and my engineer being an engineer, sometimes he may sign it somewhere from some other place, oh, ho gaya. You know, like people become friends when you are working together, right? Okay? So that we have tried to introduce a system, information system, where the person need to take as a geotagged photo with his presence in that. And that is recorded real-time basis. And hence all the RFIs and everything is real-time basis recorded. And that drastically reduces the approval times. Contractor initially has resistance to all this because transparency creates problem, right? But only in the start. We have to convince them, work with them, handhold them, also convince to client that your process will not be disturbed. But intermediate, like you cannot change complete process. You cannot change client side process. You cannot change contractor side process, but you can change intermediate process which you control. in a way that information coming inside your system should be transparently reflected to everyone, and it should automatically flow. So that has reduced the bill clearance time, so contractor is happy. That has created a real-time repository of information. Actually what happens, a lot of variation and claims comes up at the fag end of project. And at that time you search through the files and data, कौन सा letter कब आया था, किसमें क्या claim आया था. Here you have on one issue, click it, you have all the information, related chain of letters, communication and thing. Maybe something like this we can do. But again, the bottom line is, if we do not improve the price side of issue, which Modi sir has directly said, one is QCBS, another can be like, department also understands this is the real cost of a project. They can put a benchmark of 20% plus, minus, and whatever. X we can decide, delta we can decide, and then give the project based on that. So these are the things which I understand we can look into, and maybe it will help.
Yes, thank you so much. Nicely explain the challenges and what are the remedies for the challenges.
So much. Thank you so much. So now we are moving ahead. हमारे जो भी पैनलिस्ट हैं उनका हम अभिवादन और मोमेंटों के साथ सम्मान करेंगे, जिनके लिए मैं स्टेज पर इनवाइट करती हूँ मिस्टर हसमुख पटेल. हमारे जो पैनलिस्ट हैं मिस्टर केतन ब्रह्मभट्ट, मेन हार्ट अहमदाबाद PMC IPC, उन्हें फेलिसिटेट करेंगे मिस्टर हसमुख पटेल. नेक्स्ट हमारे पैनलिस्ट है मिस्टर अभिषेक सिंह, जिनका अभिवादन करेंगे मिस्टर कुलीन पटेल. मिस्टर कुलीन पटेल. Our next panelist, Mr. शीतल V शाह, SVSA Associate, Ahmedabad PMC. उनका अभिवादन करेंगे मिस्टर हसमुख पटेल. प्लीज तालियां बजती रहनी चाहिए. Our next panelist, Mr. Jeet Chavda from Chavda Infra. उन्हें फेलिसिटेट करेंगे मिस्टर केविन पटेल. And the moderator of our first panel discussion, Mr. Deepal Patwa from Patwa Associates, Ahmedabad PMC. उन्हें फेलिसिटेट करेंगे मिस्टर केविन पटेल. हमारे सभी पैनलिस्ट के लिए एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. और अब हम आगे बढ़ते हैं हमारे प्रेजेंटेशन की ओर.
एक खाली ग्रुप फोटो बनानो है. अरे सर वो जो तुम्हारी बाजू
थैंक यू सो मच सर, एंड थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन इतने पेशेंस के साथ सभी को सुनने के लिए.